This particular problem, item number 19, is talking about your fuel efficiency. And often now in cars, it will say on the dashboard in a newer car how many miles per gallon you get. Maybe you get like 26 miles per gallon on average. And of course, when you're buying a car, it tells you your highway miles versus your city miles. And in general, the highway miles where you're doing less braking and consistent speed will have better miles per gallon. So to figure that out, we use, to figure out how many gallons of gas it seems like you need, you're going to take total miles, and you divide it, total miles, and you divide it by your, you're going to divide it by the miles per gallon. So for instance, let's say you have a small car that averages 30, we'll say it averages 30 miles per gallon. Then if you're traveling 300 miles as you go to see family, and you know you get 30 miles per gallon, you can expect to have to pay for at least 10 gallons of gas for this trip. And then you could multiply that by how much maybe you're paying for a gallon of gas at this point to know how much you're going to spend to go those 300 miles. And this particular problem says, what if we increased how many miles we can travel on 1 gallon by 1? What would happen to the cost? So to do that, let's take how many miles it's estimated that is traveling, that our country is. So let's leave it as just 135. We know this is in billions of dollars. So the total miles divided by miles per gallon. And in this problem, it says M represents your miles per gallon. So this is like the problem I said, you're going to visit family. You go 300 miles, and you get 30 miles per gallon. 300 miles, 30 miles per gallon, you need to come up with 10 gallons of gas, okay? And for this problem, when they're doing this study in 2010, the average cost of a gallon of gas was $2.84. Okay, now what would be the difference in how much we paid versus if we can get just one more mile per gallon? So let's subtract that from doing the same number of miles, but now we're going to add 1 more mile per gallon. So it's like saying, hey, my car can now get 31 miles per gallon. If you just watch this really quick. If I'm only getting 30 miles per gallon, I'm having to pay $26 at this much money per gallon to go 300 miles. But if I divide it by 31 and take it times the same amount for gas, I just divided by the wrong one. Divide it by 31, and now take it times the same amount per gas. I can see that I'm saving close to $1. Does everybody see that on that trip? All right. So we want to see how much are we actually saving. So now we're taking the same miles that are traveled in the U.S., and we're adding 1 more mile to this per gallon times the same number, the same gas price. And this would be what we would save as a country if we're able to increase that.